Hello, and welcome to another episode of my Wildermyth Let's Play. I had to duck out of the other video after a relatively short upload because I spilled coffee on my shirt. I needed to stick down the laundry, put some other laundry in with it. Got some tea, finished gulping my coffee. I have to keep caffeine to stay awake and alert enough with long COVID. Came across message on a dating app which reminded me of something about being on the same page with having kids, and very much I decided I probably don't want to have kids. I've had some minor health issues all my life that could pass on, and there are issues with how my parents and extended relatives treat people that I'm not sure it's not entirely genetic, but the big thing is climate change, and that we are in a world where the climate's in danger of collapse. So I don't think it's responsible for people that have more kids. That's not to say kids aren't great. There's adoption, and I keep trying to explain to people, I'd like to have kids someday. Just adopt a kid's not adding to the population problem. Especially, there's lots of people who want to adopt babies, but older kids rarely have families who want to adopt them. So much so that there are movies about it where you get adopted. There was recently it was like a Disney or Pixar movie about a character who's in fact like in the foster system and couldn't find a forever family because she was too old. But it's based on reality, that how it shows up in media. So there's plenty of kids who need adopting. People are willing to just adopt older than infants. There may be behavior problems and stuff, but they're human beings and they need a family. And between that and I have long COVID, which infants need a lot of care. Kids at any age need a lot of care, but infants need even more. And if there's any genetic factor in susceptibility to long COVID, I might not want to pass it along because it's looking like our society is going to ignore the problem, let the coronavirus run rampant for decades, disabling probably around 20% of the workforce if this continues. Don't need more people who will end up disabled. Even kids can get disabled. Long COVID have. There are children with long COVID whose lives are ruined as kids by a plague we refuse to deal with. But enough of that. Stressful. You guys probably don't want to hear about it. Also, Windows forced an update. It's just going to slow the uploading because it just did it without asking me. Now it's like, when do you want to restart your computer? It's like, I didn't want this update installed right now anyways. But I'm going to try and get this stuff up quickly. And you can view your pleasure. I've been building defenses on the rim here because this is the edge of the map. But when the next chapter hits, there could be there'll be stuff out here, and there could be risk of incursions. Here, it looks like there's a mountain range, but I'll eventually dig past this through. And if I get an incursion I can't intercept, I'll at least want to defend it, which I believe the level 2 defenses upgrade to level 3 after this chapter. And that will give anything I can't intercept, I'll definitely try and fight immediately before it's worn itself down. I don't remember if there's years of peace affected defenses as well. Like if I build some defenses in this town, will give me more years of peace. That would actually be a good thing. I guess I'll give it a shot. Start crafting, and then have the rest build defenses since they're going to be in town anyhow. Years of peace is good because it allows the characters to age a little more between chapters. When they age in chapters, you get calamities to keep ticking. The only way to even get enough legacy points to stay ahead of that in the early chapters is to let incursions run wild in like the second chapter, which will add calamity points in the fights, but the augments and experience you get should allow you to stay ahead. The reason I want characters to retire, some of them at the end of chapter 2 and some at the end of chapter 3, which means dragging out chapter 2, is because otherwise you get a bunch of people who can retire at the end of chapter 4, and then you're stuck with a lot of inexperienced adventures in chapter 5 when you really need the experienced ones. It may still make sense, it may outweigh that to rush through for fewer calamities, but there are definite drawbacks, and you'll have fewer chances to roll good abilities that you save in the legacy and get legacy points to upgrade heroes further. But enough talk. Some of you probably tune out just because I started talking a little about why I personally don't want to have kids, which was a tough decision for me. I think kids are cool. When I was in high school, I talked about someday I'd like to have a really big family, like 6 kids, and people thought it was insane. And high school guidance counselors literally badmouthed me for saying that after asking me about future. They were nasty people in my town. I had a really shitty town that was looking for excuses to badmouth me. It had to do with my father, who's abusive, and a lot of other stuff. But they didn't like my parents, and so they tried to hurt me, and that was wrong, but it happened. I could give a crossbow to Wilsum. Lysler has a water staff now, although I would like him to get a wand. Yeah. I think it's cheaper to turn the staff into a wand than... Yes, it saves spell threads. To go with a shield eventually. Specifically, a water wand would be great. It'd normally be more than 3 spell threads, I believe. 5. Yeah, so he does get a discount. But right now, I'm short on materials, even if I'm going to use legacy points. And I'll need those to recruit a hero early in Chapter 2. So I can't cancel more calamities. I can't go spending too many of them. This is often a problem if you do a normal generic campaign. You get a lot of new heroes, need equipment, and you'll be forced to maybe make suboptimal decisions that you'll later have to override. With, for instance, giving a character a bow when you'd rather do a crossbow, and then need to switch them to a crossbow later, which will waste resources. But it can be necessary to survive early chapters. Let's see. Jevenlod, I'd like to switch him to a crossbow and give him a shield eventually. That's expensive. Oh, I have the material to do a shield for someone. That's use my remaining ingots and one of my heartwood. Theridia goes up in front and tries to get enemies to attack her. I'll assume I'll probably have to give a normal bow or draw one from a fight. So he won't be able to use his shield that much because bows aren't compatible with shields, unlike crossbows. May eventually draw a sword after a fight. You can draw weapons sometimes, not just augments. Sometimes armor. Let's see. The other thing is link mail. That I'll probably have to get from... Gray bark, good stuff. Dusty drab for the mage. That would use hide, 1 hide, 2 fabrics, and a spell thread. And what would a shield be? 2 ingots of heartwood. Doesn't seem to be any overlap, so I could do both. All right, well, this will make Lysler. Here is 0.4 armor rating and 1 warding. So we won't quite get him up to next armor level, but as soon as he levels up, he will. He's just about the level. Yeah, he's the most fragile character. I don't want him to get killed or maimed. More important even than giving a shield, which I might draw. Alright, so the mage, who is also not great at building defenses, will get Dusty Drab. And the rest will build defenses in the hopes that it extends the years of peace. I can't remember if it does. My best guess would be here that they attack, downwind most days, which is ideal. Rope grass will Hook us up constantly. Warriors build defenses at double rate. So in terms of class balances in this game, I would say warriors are often the best for direct physical, non-magical fighting, better than hunters, although hunters can deal damage faster, they're a lot less durable, so less overall power. But hunters have a later retirement age, more speed, which is important, even if not direct power. It allows flanking and fights and such, and allows party to move around the map further, and they better at some tasks like scouting. So they're kind of a utility class, and they add at least as much overall value when you don't have any hunters around. So I like to keep a hunter or two around, but that's it. Then warriors and mystics. Mystics pack a lot of power at high level, but they're not great at low level. They also need a lot of augments and stuff to really perform their best. Warriors are great from a relatively early standpoint. Once you get them some link mail and a shield in particular, maybe stalwart or engaged, they become very, very durable. I don't have enough warriors, so even though they're against Thrixl, they're not amazing. Warriors, there's much more of a focus and offense with them. I don't know. I probably need a little zoom to be able to not aim back. And he doesn't have a boat yet. But yeah, I'll give him a shield. Just so he doesn't die. Even though it adds less overall power. What? Oh, it did weirdness. Yeah, we'll assume gets a shield. Come on. There we go. They're all assigned to something. So I selected 2 warriors at the start in this campaign partway to try and expand the number of warriors in my party. And that may not even be enough, as a lot of the characters behind my party will be random children between chapters, which you can't control their class, I don't believe, if I remember. And event characters and legacy heroes are recruit. So I'm going to still end up, I have a over preponderance of hunters, especially, and mystics to a lesser degree, my legacy, and that's just going to get worse. The more legacy characters you have overall, the more choices you get. Like, if you only need hunters once in a while, it doesn't matter that much if it shows you 3 or 1 that can be recruited. Just at some point I may want to go in and start forgetting legacy characters, the ones with probably the worst stats, who are of a class that I have too much of. So some of the worst hunters. I think I have a hunter who has a flame arm, left arm, and is thorny, so he can't ever finish that hook, for instance. So I eventually want to forget him. And I have one who's got the Gorgonite crust, which blocks some useful character upgrades. So that's definitely not efficient building level 3 defenses, since I'm almost certain it would go to level 3 after, but this isn't actually for defense. It's having them sit around town together while the crafting finished, doing something useful, and it might add to yours a piece, as I said. Probably not, but maybe. I guess I'll go here. I'm actually going to face an incursion. No, actually I'll go here then, because I'm going to want to intercept that if I can. Or, no, I'll gather the party and I'll see exactly how long I have. Only 18 days to incursion. How long will it take? Plus you get interesting chatter when they're in the tile instead when they're a different one when you queue up defenses. Wouldn't this be the way they come? Hiding our position is important. Mixed feelings, honestly. I guess I go with your opinion. Yeah. The incursion will fire before they're done, but Thrixl in great number moved to attack your lands, driving peaceful folk before them, leveling homes and hallowed places. Your armies will travel from tile to tile, attacking and destroying sites until they are defeated by heroes in combat or repelled by defenses you built. Their numbers will wear down. Once incursion size reaches 0, the enemy will dissipate, and the incursion will be over. And you get some legacy points in that. Although if they've destroyed sites, I believe you spend legacy points to rebuild them. And of course, you also get it from fighting them. So, they'll look at a calamity card. It's preferable. Intercepting will, in particular, give you an augment. I should have enough time to finish his defenses and then head east. Relationships level up as characters in the same tile. Like these two just became second level lovers. They're flames. Also Minoli. I think they have to be in level 2 or 3. Flames at least. Yeah, I think they have to be at least level 2, maybe 3 to have kids together between chapters. But I'm hoping as someone will get a level 3 relationship, an opportunity hook will fire before I finish the chapter. It's not guaranteed, since the game could try and roll one that isn't eligible in this particular what part of the map is exposed. But yeah, I think you can intercept them on anywhere, but I'll do it. I could go here and start building defenses before they arrive. I'll do it here. I have no reason not to, and I don't want them to get a calamity. There will be a 2-day window between them arriving. Yeah. Plus, people need to heal between fights, which they might at this level. Yeah, I'll just go and intercept immediately. They don't seem to know we're here. How should we destroy them? None of these have an amazing chance of success. Wait for nightfall, strike swiftly, just no risk. Bullhorn charge, can get an attack bonus or they get extra health. This can create a distraction. I think it start fires, exploit the confusion. Huh? Thought there was a fight with cunning, or maybe there's 4 choices sometimes. Creating a distraction to split their forces. That's right. If it fails, then you can have your hunter be stunned, unable to move, which can, of course, get him in serious trouble if the Thrixl will come at him. Starting fires, exploiting the confusion. I forget what happens if this fails. If I remember, I'll just... No. What am I saying? Fires are bad. Thrixl benefit from them. Yeah, I'll just blow the horn and charge. The Troop of Hope. Charge! Bonus damage and potency. If you set fires, they can, of course, interfuse those fires. 3 Seekers, a Dweaver, and then there'll be 3 more cards in turn 3. They're going to come at me fast. The Dweaver can warp. Otherwise, the terrain doesn't matter against this first set. Which is not to say I should ignore it, because there's the potential for later thrusts coming that will interfuse, or bards. Oh no, they don't have bards yet. They can only come in special. But there could be more Dweavers or thrusts. So I should probably still chew up the terrain while I prepare. Of course, I'd like to know where those Seekers are. They're extremely dangerous. You usually want to kill them fast. They might stasis a character. Not much I can do about it if this goes badly. Start plus, I think, makes character immune, but I'm not even sure about that. Doesn't really matter if she's... Well, no, because she might have to hold her ground until the next group arrives. So she'll start plus here. None of them can quite reach her in one turn. I know where they are now. Huh. Well, Sumo almost looks formidable, even though he doesn't have proper armor, which is all the augments. And to be fair, he has 3 armor and a warding, thanks to all the augments he's got. Armor, armor, stunt chance, bonus damage, armor. With enough augments, a character can be decent even without the first level of equipment. Still, I do want to get him mail when I can. Against some of the physical attacks that some Thrixl have and some of the other foe types, it'll be useful. Of course, the real danger from them is their status effects and their magic attacks. Dream Trap. I don't know if there's a way to... I don't have enough experience with actually having them getting close and doing it too, but it almost certainly happened this fight. Let's see. Anyone who gets close enough to shoot them, at least this one can risk getting dream tapped. Probably shouldn't pointlessly. What a... Guess I should see if I can find the Dweaver and then Silk step back. That's the best thing to do. Maybe activate Foxflight for the future. Yeah. They might move twice, though, if they can't get him range. So if I put him here, they might discover him. I'll put him behind 30 where it's a little less likely. And she can go Guardian in case they try that nonsense. So she can smack him back. Yeah, because the green is just how much they can move in one action point. They have 2, just like your characters. Hammer looks like nothing but a log at the end of a stick. This is a tier 1 leaf hammer, though. It's like magical. Maybe the tier 2 or 3 looks a little more like a real weapon. Maybe. This is definitely not an ideal piece of equipment. Someone's got to chew on the terrain here. She can destroy this loom. Or she can destroy this. You know what? Nope. If I destroy this boulder, it won't be terrible. The idea is to provide fear things that can be infused against me later. I'll have a stalwart, because I'll definitely need that later. I'm assuming thrusts will come around, and this creates a safe space where they can't either burn. So, chew on the scenery. Do it to this web as well. Giving myself a little room to maneuver back here. Should be able to destroy this. Interfuse with this, that's a lot of health. I won't have to worry about re-interfusing. I probably actually want wild grass to pin when I think about it. Lamp. And this to stop Dweavers from closing on the rear. There's got to be at least one around. Oh, if it warps here, it'll still be in front of the party. Okay. They held back. They're clearly trying to get a little closer, and then they're going to swarm in. They're not stupid. That's for sure. Thrixl are one of the smartest enemies you face. Up there with the Drauben. In fact, they probably are the smartest enemy you face. Unless maybe if you're doing the Vulture King campaign. I don't know if those are smarter. All enemies fight equally intelligently, as far as I can tell. Alright. 30 is the only one. Start plus. Put her up here. Create a risk of the Dweaver coming in. What I really want to do is hit the Seekers. I know. I bet I could shoot a discus to destroy the log. It'll also give range to maybe... Yep, that'll work. Alright. Have him go here. And destroy the terrain, walling with her to give her a little more dodge. Yeah, you can engage one of them. It's this one because it's most risk of reaching the mystic. Destroy that. Keeping the Dweaver at bay. These two can still reach the rear of the party, though. Want to fall back. Maybe here? Yeah, because I may need to beat up on this terrain too. Eventually. Grass might pin one of them, but probably won't. That at least guaranteed that the Dweaver can't. Use that to get closer. You might lose that inner fusion mystic, but can reduce the number of angles they can come from. At least. All right. She's flammable soon. Crony's authority. Try and kill this one. It's wounded. Oh, she can also engage, but wouldn't want to engage that one. So yeah. Stunt. Yay. This one should get knocked back, but there's still the Seeker. And if it closes, it can stasis someone. Can already reach Oli. Or, I'll assume. Oh wait, is that engaged with... Yeah, with I'll assume is the one. Still, to get to him, I'll have to... I'm safe because I forget if they can get cover if you're right next to the same thing they are. Maybe not. That's the hope. If he goes here, Dweaver. Wait a second. Yeah, he could do that and murder this. Then it wouldn't be a threat in future turns. That's smart. You already used Foxflight, that's right. 10 health. Guaranteed kill. Can't do anything else. Thankfully it went for him, and his foxflight protected him. And there we go, Dweavers and Thrixls. Guess I won't have to find out what happens when Seeker does stasis on you this time, because I should be able to kill this before it gets a chance. In fact, Javelin can kill this single-handedly if he gets a stunt. If not, it'll be... well, we should be able to finish off the bow. Guaranteed KO. Of course, if he does this, he's going to be in a vulnerable position. He's going to get ether burned, dweavered, maybe even Thrusk bit. That one can't. Alright, so I'll just get ether burned twice, which is still going to do 3 damage to him. No, he could be killed if I shoot. I wanted to murder it, but that's likely not going to happen. Interesting. Fun. Alright. I think I need to do blah blah. That'll work. Even if this misses, that'll definitely work. I was gonna say I could throw a net as a stunning action, but I mean as a flanking action, but it succeeded, so so I can throw a net at the Seeker. Hope it connects. Cool. Did. That means it's just Thrusks and Dweavers. try and kill the Seeker. It's the most dangerous thing. Having people wall up, because walling is valuable. Stunt, that would have killed it, but no stunt, sadly. Others can get close. Let's go here, because I'll probably not have the party come back up. Need to destroy the scenery. And can close, none can. And guarding against double moves. More scenery to ruin. Oh, it's just a Thrixl. Okay. Not that dangerous, actually. Can't warp there. Just somewhere I can't go retreat behind. Okay, probably just gonna form a warrior line here. Have Uli fall back. Javelin can hide and get the drop on enemies. One warding. 2 damage from ether burn. He'll be fine. Lysler, even if he gets ether burned. Of course, that doesn't mean I should. No, make him waste a move instead of advancing. That's smarter. Yep. As long as he's walled, he'll be fine. I can beat up on the scenery later. can kill the Dweaver. Nope. I'd be careful. Seeker is still pinned. Should actually be an easy target. Ranged. Could force this thing to try and attack her, but it just eat through her armor, waste its turn. Stay away from the other squishier characters. Maybe later she'll fall back. Could. Also, I just set up flanking, kind of. That. Dweavers aren't that mobile. I think Jevon could do this so that we might get either burn once. Or no, that would be dumb. Not gonna do that. Maybe I'll silk step and yeah, I can use Spirit Chase to stop flanking for other characters. That's smart. Because this was engaged, it could not attack him as he moved through. Very little chance of him getting spotted there. Probably even less here. Cool. This guarantees a hit. Doesn't have to be with her though. If I wanted to discus it. Nope. Wild Grasp. That doesn't have flanking. Weird. Well. Well, the engage prevented the opportunity attack, so this was an all waste. Dead's dead, and perfect. Got my battle line. Try and kill the Seeker. I don't need the Dweaver popping back here. Yep, dead. Could beat up on this terrain, though. Take 2 characters doing it, but... What? It's in 30 up. For to prevent she got either burned, she take damage. Theory, but Guardian. Now I just need someone to wall with Lysler. Here. Doesn't matter, but this is further forward, so. Dead. Cool. Guess they didn't bother with any other burn that wouldn't do damage. Oh well. I was hoping they'd be dumber. Yeah, it sometimes surprises me with its intellect in this game. Or at least the rules. It's not actually smart, but rules are set in such a way that it doesn't do completely stupid things. Always. Sometimes it does. I could kill this just with a strike of the staff. Save the bush some health. It's actually pretty useful for immobilizing enemies. Get out of the way. Should be easy enough to kill this thing if Jevenlod flanks. It's not guarding. Oh, he doesn't have the range to... Whatever. He needs more potency to engage at that distance. Dead's dead. Just one weaver to go. Just to finish it with flanking. Easily done. Did. And Javelin leveled up. Javelin has grown stronger. Now is a little faster, which helps counteract speed loss with aging. It's a little more accurate. Yes, faster recovery. Otherwise, things get rounded down and make no difference. Except for augments, make it easier to, for instance, upgrade his armor or warding now. But accuracy, recovery rate, and speed are useful immediately. Foxfight or Quelling Moss? Or Thorn Fang, that's useful for getting in, killing an enemy, and silk stepping out. Unfortunately, as the Thrixl get tougher, there'll be more of them, and it'll become very hard to silk step again without them just discovering them. So I'll probably go Quelling Moss. It's a universally good thing, especially when you do Jump Jaw, because then you coat the Jump Jaws in poison. And you can build up a lot of poison enemies where every time you shoot them, it adds to the poison and renews the poison counter. So shoot them once, poison 1 for 3 turns. Shoot them 2 turns later, poison 2 for 3 more turns. So forth. I really do like Quelling Moss as just a passive upgrade on hunters. Ha! Lysler Grip Crack is now a Bloodhorn Mystic. It's growing stronger. Yeah, he made it to 2 armor now, like I was talking about. If I upgraded his gear, then he'd get that next time he leveled. 2 armor, plus 2 accuracy, and some recovery rate. Mystics don't gain speed as they level on like hunters. I could upgrade Soul Splitting, sure. Damage reduction, go from -1 to -2. But I could grab Open-Minded. I'll let me interfuse more things, and I'll still have a very high chance of getting Soul Splitting in, because it's an upgrade. When you only have 1 available, it'll always appear. When you have 2, 50% chance of Open-Minded 2, 50% of Soul Splitting 2, or something like that. Open-Minded is good to lock in if it appears early on a Mystic's development. Maybe less useful immediately than Soul Splitting 2, but it'll be better in the long run. And Poison. This can, of course, stack with Quelling Moss. It's not bad for hunters, but it's useful for any character, really. Already is getting a shield soon, though. Throwing that's not a terrible item for Jevin Lad. Usable twice per mission as a swift attack. Lysler could coat his wand and poison it when he melee hits with it, but otherwise it's not useful until I give him like a crossbow. I was probably going to switch Jevin Lad eventually to throwing knives. I think I'll just salvage this for spell threads. Seems the wise move. And Weavers have extra 25% health. Experience was nice. The fact they got 2 legacy points in the fight was nice. Might not have quite exceeded the value that calamity the enemies, but if I got a better augment, it would have. On average, I find you can grind incursions and stay just slightly ahead of the increased enemy power, especially in the early chapters when canceling calamities is cheaper. It's due to character level ups though, and if I'm gonna have people retire, I will hit a slump in my power rating like in chapter 3 or 4, but this is so that I reach a peak at chapter 5 as my second generation characters start to reach their primes. I guess I should actually it auto saves after I fight anyone else. I should send them all to the mine and build defenses there. Javelin and Lysler are comrades. That's all 3, so that could lead to. I checked it was level 3 relationship for the first 2 hook quests and 4 for the last. Destiny or potential for Javelin or Lysler, distant, dark heart, and mysterious. So yeah, I could get an opportunity quest soon. In the meantime, defenses. Build at least a couple levels. This is where I meet them if I have my choice. Downwind most days, which is a deal. Hey, I think I see a marmot. That place I like to Bob and Trunks go for cover, Starlight, something else if you scale one of these redwoods. Yeah, I'll just keep upgrading defenses. Not because it's that useful. I just get really in a desperate situation. But because I'm waiting for an opportunity quest. Hoping one will fire soon. Can wait a little while. Cancel. I'm slowly going to lose legacy points hanging about here, but bomb wars are dangerous to a party early on, as are orange showing are not great. None of these are great. You know, I know I deal with deepest and horn children. It's a drab and they're really dangerous. Just waiting for an opportunity quest. Hopefully, I can't wait too long. If one doesn't fire, I'll just have to clear the site. A solitary lookout could be stationed at the tree line, somewhat fast. Yeah, it's good ground. I stepped in poo. What do you think it is, bear? Various random things they say to each other. Still a little more time till I risk another calamity hanging around. Still no opportunity quest. Might be that it tries to fire one that can't fire currently. It's annoying when that happens, but it happens a lot. Wouldn't this be the way they come? Yeah, it's good ground. Isn't it worrying there's graves behind those trees? Just various chatter. Here we go. Opportunity quest. This is what I was waiting for. From another time. We'll save. Took a while. I should let the party finish here so they can move together. But fish get into the woods. I think this is his mysterious hook. Anyhow, Jevelad slept unsoundly. The night that poured through the window was colder than anticipated. But there was also... Jevelad? What? Blink, blink. Wake up, Jevelad. We have somewhere to go. Why? Where? What time is it? Time to be on the road. I'm sorry for the rush. Anyway, grab your gear. My gear? This is how you say no to an opportunity quest. You can do it later if like you quit accidentally. So in the middle of the night they went. Where they went? Only Lysler knew. The two characters who fired the hook, which are these two, always have to go, and you can pick a third. They should move fast with a hunter with them. And actually, they don't have to move. This one, it's off map where they're going, so it's just two I want to have in the fight. Maybe to level up before the final fight. Theridia, I guess. Yeah, she's useful in a fight, and ooh, he's too far from leveling. Cool. Oh, no, they're going here. The other two could go here. Can cancel it. Darn it. Want them to move his group there if that's where they're going. Oh, no, I can. Because, well, it didn't quite work. There's a risk if there's only two people who arrive independently, or they're moving not with the group, of them getting ambushed. It looks like this should clear before those two actually enter the tile. The tile got infested. I was trying to avoid that. Those mounds. Journey ends there, I hope. It's been a long trek. The campfires have been mostly quiet. When he has spoken of their destination, Lysler has kept his descriptions sparse. He mentioned a cave and pool of water. Yep, this is his mysterious hook, for sure. I've seen this one before, so but I'll leave the mystery for you guys. Gazing into the pool is supposed to give you some kind of, I don't know, a revelation. The cloud of his past has settled on his forehead, shadowy, constant. Why does the mountainside look less stony than your face? Just realized this has been an hour. So, maybe it was a mistake bringing you. I climbed down roads through dust-bound gorges and discovered the hidden mouth of a cave. What are you hoping to find in there? And I'm going to leave the mystery for you guys. I'm going to save the video here. End the video here, save here, and continue this next time. I'd like to keep the videos a little more manageable. I don't mind leaving you guys with a cliffhanger. So, I wish you all the best. Take care of each other. Be kind to yourselves. And may always find a guiding star to lead you home.